Cancer, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start here with your current energy and see what is happening in your world. What is it that you need to focus on? And your past? Very, very interesting reading so far for you, Cancer. Oof, okay. Tell me about your hopes or fears. Whatever's happening right now in your world, it feels significant. I don't know if these came out in the upright or in the reverse, so I'm going to stick them back in. And tell me potential outcome here for Cancer. Okay. Interesting. Nine of Swords. You do feel very uneasy right now, and I can actually see that in your cards. It's kind of like you're going back and forth between should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? What do I do? I mean, it's funny because it actually feels like it's the Two of Swords energy where you're at a crossroad trying to make a decision, but that card did not come out. But that does feel like where you are. Your current energy is this Justice, so very balanced energy, Knight of Wands. It feels a lot like your confidence is coming from your own internal passions, your own doing whatever makes you happy is where your confidence is coming from right now. And that's kind of helping you to offset some of that anxiety that you're going through. And it's really kind of helping you to bring it back down. Like if you're feeling like, oh God, which way do I go? Which way do I go? You're focusing on something that you want to do, something you enjoy doing is helping to kind of calm that right now. I am seeing the Emperor and the Empress are both out here, by the way. So we've got the Emperor here in reverse. Something needs to be done differently. There's an approach that needs to be different. The Emperor energy is a very much, somebody who's very rigid. It's Aries energy. This is somebody who is very opinionated, dominating, that type of energy. So if you are one to always force a situation, now's not the time to force it. I am seeing the Sun in reverse in your past position. So there was something here in the past that made you very unhappy. Like I'm getting like a loss or some sort of sadness around a loss. I am seeing Six of Swords here in your strength position. So it does feel like if something is not in your best interest or you're just not ready for it, you're going to walk away from it. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this is a cycle that's not ready to close. That's what this feels like. This feels like you might have been ready for it to close at some point, or you might still feel like it's ready. You're ready to close it, but there's something here. It's going to continue. It's going to continue. I am seeing the Hierophant. So I'm getting the Empress, the Emperor, and the Hierophant because now I'm getting the Empress here in reverse. So the Emperor and the Empress are both showing up in reverse. So there is something here about this. This is probably where the anxiety is coming from because there is this divine counterpart energy coming through here. And with the Hierophant, there might have been a lot of restrictions or maybe rules around the connection that did not sit well with you in the past. And that's what caused you to feel just very sad by this loss because it doesn't feel like you were necessarily on the same page as the other person, and one kind of valued those kind of like traditional rules more seriously than the other person. And so that's what this feels like. But there's something that you need to walk away from about this situation. It feels like it's control. You need to walk away from having any kind of control because you can't control another person or the way things play out. Every time that we try to do that, things never go the way that we expect. I am seeing the Eight of Swords in reverse sitting in your hopes or fears position. So this is about getting out of your own head, staying out of your own head, allowing things to progress the way that they should, and just really for your own best interest. What's interesting to me, Seven of Wands is showing up in your potential outcome. So it does feel like you're still on guard about everything. Like you constantly have to justify what you did, what you said, any actions that you're taking. Let me start clarifying and see what else we can get to the story. So tell me about the Justice and the Knight of Wands here for Cancer. The Hermit. You have done a lot of work on yourself in order to get to this place where you're feeling good about yourself, where you're feeling very centered and very grounded and very confident in who you are. That didn't happen by mistake. You put the work in. Tell me about the Emperor in reverse. Reverie. So in order to get what you're looking for, you need to let go of control. Tell me about the Sun in reverse. We have the World in reverse. There was an ending here in the past. There was something about this ending. It's a very interesting energy because it feels like on one hand there was an ending in the past and that maybe at some point you felt good about it, but now you're second guessing it. Tell me about the Six of Swords. Knight of Swords. You will stand up for yourself here. You will release what isn't working. You'll move away from it. If something is not in your best interest, you won't have any issues saying no, not this, not now. It's about setting boundaries. Tell me about, okay. So with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I have the Page of Wands in reverse. Doing things differently right now is in your best interest. You might have been one that always kind of spoke up and said, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I need. And you feel like that put you in a more positive space, but it doesn't. The feeling that I'm getting in the near future is that you feel very fuzzy. Like, fuzzy is the only thing that I can think to describe it. You're not clear on which path you should take. You're not clear on what decision to make here. And so rather than make the wrong decision, you're not going to make any decision and you're just going to allow things to play out. Tell me about the Hierophant. Ten of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you guys were not, this is definitely about a connection and you were not on the same page in the past. You didn't necessarily want things the same way. Tell me about the Empress in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. So this is, honestly, this is coming down to wanting something new, some new level of commitment or even just an approach to things. You want to be able to work on things differently with this other person or, yeah, with this other person. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Got the Emperor. Yeah, you're getting out of your head about the entire situation, about the way things have been in the past or the way things are going to be handled. It's kind of like you're looking for a fresh approach to things, but you're not exactly sure what that approach ought to be. So you're just kind of letting things progress. Tell me about this Seven of Wands. Three of Swords. So this other person might be communicating to you the ways that you hurt him or her. And you feel the need to defend your actions, but this is actually, if that's the case, it's actually going to be a very productive conversation. But if that's not the conversation that's happening here, what you're doing is you're trying to prevent another heartache. You are going to make sure that you take care of your own interests so that you don't go down the path again. So Cancer, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.